Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are letting you know what Sawyer, my sweet little Cavapoo puppy over here, ate for the first 2 and 3 months of his life. So let's get right into it. So I got Sawyer when he was 11 and a half weeks old. And the food that he was eating, I kept him on it. So let me show you what that is now. And he is really enjoying and being so content in his bed with what he's chewing on, and I'm gonna get to that in a few minutes. But first we're gonna talk about the food. Okay, so this is the food that Sawyer came to me eating. This is the Holistic Health Extension, and it's the Little Bites formula, and it is chicken and brown rice recipe. It's definitely a decent food. It's not the best food out there, but as I said, he was already started on this, and so of course I kept him on it. You don't want to change their food. When they come to your house, they just left their litter mates, they left their mom. It's a traumatic experience for them just to transition to your home. So the last thing that you want to do is change their food. Even if you intend on changing it later, that's fine, but you're really going to have to keep it that way for at least the first couple of weeks. So first ingredient is organic deboned chicken, which is great. Second ingredient, which is chicken meal, ground brown rice, chicken fat, lamb meal, fish meal, and then we go on to the other things. This is what he came to me with, and so this is what I have him on currently. $15.99 for a 4-pound bag. Now, he also came to me eating canned food along with that, and they were giving him Little Caesars and Royal Canine, which I really dislike that food in the dry version, the Royal Canin, and in the canned food as well. The ingredients are really, I don't know why it gets recommended so much by breeders, by even veterinarians. I feel like there's some kind of a kickback program or something going on, but anyway. So right away, I did change the canned food. Well, I shouldn't say right away because I did for the first good 2 weeks keep him only on the dry food because he was transitioning his little system. So when I did start adding in the canned food, I went with the Whole Earth Farms, which is a brand that I feed my other 2 dogs, my little Chihuahuas. My 13-year-old Chihuahua is missing some teeth, so she gets this only. And I also don't give kibble to my other Chihuahua because they just have such notoriously bad teeth that kibble is really one of the worst things. And I know there's a lot of different opinions about that, where some people and some veterinarians will even say that kibble is dry and hard and crunchy, and so it keeps their teeth clean, which to me seems really pretty crazy that a hard food that's processed is going to keep your teeth clean. No, it doesn't scrape plaque off a dog's teeth. Kibble does not have the ability to scrape plaque off a dog's teeth. That is just a marketing ploy, in my opinion. So the 2 varieties, this comes in about 5 or 6 different varieties. The 2 that I use are the red meat recipe and the chicken and turkey recipe. And I found this dog food through Dog Food Advisor, which I believe it has 4 or 5 stars on there. And the ingredients are very good in my opinion. And yes, they are very good for a canned food. This is not comparable to real food, real chicken, real meat, but for a canned food, I think it's very good. So we have chicken, chicken broth, turkey, chicken liver, sweet potatoes, apples, carrots, natural flavor, and then it goes on with the fortified vitamins and minerals. The red meat recipe, we have beef, beef broth, beef liver, lamb, pork liver, sweet potatoes, apples, carrots, natural flavor, and then on with the vitamins and minerals. And I know a lot of people like to do raw feeding, and I know a lot of people like to cook for their dogs, and I actually do that a lot for my Chihuahuas, especially, as I said, my 13-year-old Chihuahua, so that she can get a little more nutrition. Also, always trying to keep her weight up. She's very skinny, which I guess is a good thing. It's better than being overweight. But one thing for people who are making their own dog food, you really need to be very sure that your dog is getting all of the vitamins and minerals that he or she needs. So if not, you're going to have to add, for example, bone meal powder for them to get their calcium. And sometimes it's just, sometimes it's too much work. And sometimes cooking for your dog or doing raw diet is not feasible for one reason or another for you, and so you need to find what works best for you. Also, the food that you feed now might not be the food that you feed a year from now, might not be the food that you fed another dog, and so we're constantly learning and growing. I just wanted to add that in there. How you doing down there? You still with us? Yes. Okay. So that takes care of the mealtime portion. Oh, and let's talk about quantities, because I know that might be important for some people, especially if this is your first puppy. So I am not a measurer of their food. I go by their activity level, their size, their weight. And actually, if they're satisfied, if there's satisfaction, and if they're not like still like this guy likes to bang on his bowl when he was done, and he need a little bit more food. He's a puppy. He really runs through his calories very fast. He's outside. It is cold where we are. That's another consideration. So he burns more calories. He goes outside. He plays in the snow, which it's snowing right now. I'll show you guys. But if we are talking amounts, then I could say that this is what I just use in the dog food bag because it makes a nice scoop. This is 1/3 of a cup. So 1/3 of a cup 3 times a day for his 3rd month. And then as we got towards the end of that 3rd month, I did mix it with the canned food, a really nice big tablespoon or 2 per meal. So for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 1/3 of a cup plus about 2 tablespoons of the canned food. There you go. I also started adding in this Stella and Chewy's Duck Duck Goose patties. I just would take about 1/5, I would say, of the patty. They come like this. They look like little, oh wait, that one I've already broken up a bit. They come like this, like little burger patties. Oh my gosh, she's like, woo, I smell that. And I would probably do like about 1/6 of this crumbled on top of his food. It's really crumbly like that. And this is raw. This is freeze-dried raw food. So if you did want to feed your dog raw and you didn't want the mess or difficulty in, keeping it in your freezer, the actual raw nuggets, this is a really good way to do it. And you could, it's going to be pricey, but if you wanted to, and you can add a little bit of warm, not hot water, because these are raw, and then you could make it a little different consistency and not so dry. So now let's talk about treats. Now, mainly where I buy my treats is, if you guys watch us, you kind of know that I love Marshall's, Home Goods, TJ Maxx for dog supplies, for dog beds, which that came from there, dog treats, dog bowls, which I got there, which stainless steel is always a good choice because it doesn't retain any kind of bacteria like plastic might. It's easy to clean and it looks really nice too. So whatever good quality treats I find there, I pick them up every time I go. And they actually always seem to have the really good brands that I'm looking for at a really great price. So one of them that I love is this. Anything with a single ingredient I really like. So this is Pure Bites. Sourced and made in USA, 1 ingredient. So it's beef liver, and it is just freeze-dried beef liver. So I love that because the odds of it upsetting their stomach, especially in the beginning, are very low because it's just single ingredient, no fillers, no extra anything. Okay, another favorite that I like are these Wellness Softwell Bites, and these I actually got at my local feed store, which that's okay, I like to support them too. But as you can see, this was $8 for this bag, which is pretty pricey in my opinion for a 6-ounce bag. I have found this at Marshall's / TJ Maxx / Home Goods before for probably half the price. And they really love the taste of these, all my dogs. The ingredients are beef, turkey, and then we go to chickpeas and potatoes, which I really don't think dogs need to be eating chickpeas. Vegetable glycerin, guar gum, carrots, sugar, cane molasses. So I guess that's why I like the taste of it, maybe because we all like the taste of sugar. But they're still certainly decent. And they this. And they're soft, and you can break them up. So I usually get about 6 treats, or 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 treats out of each little square here. And that is another benefit of a small dog, because everything goes further and you can afford to buy really high quality things. Come here, almost done. What? He smells everything. So now let's talk about chews, because you are going to need a lot of chews for your little puppy at this age. They are going to be heavily into their teething stage. They need it to keep them busy, to avoid boredom, and just to take out that doggy stress of needing to chew. So we're going to show you what we've been using, what some of our favorites are. So first we've got these puppy teething rings, and his teeth up until about a week ago were not even sharp enough, or not even strong enough, I want to say, because his teeth are super sharp little piranha teeth, but maybe his mouth and jaws weren't sharp enough to even really eat this. But they make a really great little busy thing. They don't have a bad smell. They don't leave stains on anything, as far as I've found, unless maybe you have like a white couch or something, which I could personally never have in my house. And yes, we did find these at Home Goods. But my number one recommendation for a chew for your puppy or dog, and I think Sawyer's gonna agree with me on this, are bully sticks. So you can buy them individually. Sometimes they just have them in these like wooden bins. You can buy them one at a time. It's very expensive to buy them that way. You can buy them like this, which you could see we have gone through all of these already. And bully sticks are 100% natural product. These ones happen to be from grass-fed beef, which a lot of them are. This is something that can keep your dog's teeth healthy. It's good for their chewing, for the strength of their jaws. It is 100% digestible. They don't have a bad smell, naturally odor-free. They really truly are. And you can buy them in really big packages too. I've seen them in Costco. They're like $35 a package, but you get like foot-long, maybe like 20 in the package. So when you break it down, it is a really good price, but it's like $35 all at once. But they are such a super great, oh my God, he's so cute, because he always just wants to be on my lap to chew his little bully stick. But trust me, they are a lifesaver. If you need to get something done in the house, you need to be busy, your puppy is just like underfoot, doesn't know what to do with himself, maybe is harassing the other animals a little bit, just pop a bully stick in front of them and it will keep them busy, trust me. Yeah, and then of course when it gets too small, you have to take it away from them. But you should always supervise your dog with any kind of a chew. Don't leave them alone for any long period of time where you're not actively supervising them here and there, because they could get into all sorts of trouble, even with a chew sometimes. I also want to talk about and show you guys how I fed Sawyer in the beginning, because I do have 2 other dogs, and so at first I didn't want them all together in the kitchen, because he would like to walk over from his dish to, he just had too much puppy energy, and he would walk from his dish to the other dog's dishes like, oh, what do you have? What do you have? Let's all check it out. And of course, they didn't appreciate that. Well, Shiloh didn't appreciate that, who's older, and Quincy just walked away like, okay, you can have mine, because he's very sweet and very submissive, but that wasn't very nice for him. So yeah, if I can't find that clip, what I would do is I would just simply put my legs like this, put him between my legs with his food bowl. And so I'm feeding him like this because he's still very excitable around food, and he likes to go inspect what the other dogs are eating. Not that he would try to, well, he probably would try to take some away from them. So just for them feeling secure and for him learning that this is going to be his spot in the kitchen to eat, I just keep my legs like this and everybody's happy. And this won't be for all the time. Obviously, this is just for probably a couple of weeks until he learns to kind of control the hype around food. Yeah. And face my back to the other dogs so that he had his little private area to eat in. And he knew that you stay in your area, you finish your food, and then you can interact with the other dogs. And that was super important. And now he is super respectful, and he actually is made to sit before he gets his meal, and he does that really well. Oh, one more thing I want to say too, and I'm going to show you a little clip of that. I'm pretty sure I talked about it in another video, but I also like to put my fingers in the bowl when he's eating when I first get a new puppy or dog, because I want to show them that there's no resource guarding. I am the source of your food. You're not allowed to in any way growl or not allow me near your food because, hey, the food's coming from me. So the way that I would do that is just simply, but I would just, when he would eat, I would get right in there, take a scoop out. He actually thinks there's food in there, and then let him eat it out of my hands. Let's see, we could do this now, even though there's no food. and I actually really recommend that, particularly if you have a dog where you see a little bit of resource guarding around food, or if you have an overly dominant personality or breed. It's a very good thing to do in the beginning so that you don't have any issues about that later on. Guys, we want to say thank you so much for watching Sawyer and I's video. We hope you got something out of this. Like I said, I know people feel very strongly sometimes about diets for their dogs, but this is what has been working for us for Sawyer's first couple of months. But let us know in the comments what worked for you, what hasn't worked for you, maybe what you've changed. If you found this video helpful, please give a like, subscribe if you aren't already. We have lots more to share with all of you guys. And for now, we will say goodbye, and we will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.